This sand here represents a lot of the things as leaders that we kind of hear about every day, everything that's pulling on us, all these little questions. And let's see here, we're gonna put this here in this bucket here, but this is like your life here, and we start pouring in and we start majoring on maybe a lot of the areas that aren't that important. Facebook updates.
That's a lot of sand.
Here it is, in a lot of ministries, a lot of people I know, here they are. They've got all this stuff coming at them, all these questions. And it's easy in ministry to say, you know what, I got to do all this. And this is the stuff that's coming at you first. This is the stuff that's yelling at you. This is the squeaky wheels. All this sand and talk here. But now, Aaron, we've got over here, we've got priorities, things that actually matter. Things like, focusing on worship, maybe some time with God. How about planning? Maybe something like organization. How about developing stewardship? If you're pastoring a ministry, you got to start thinking about the budget and what's going on. Are you thinking about it? Are you thinking about how things are going, how you'd move? But Aaron, you know what? We've dealt with all these smaller issues now. Now what I want you to do here is now try to fit in your priorities, the things that really matter, the things that are going to really build your ministry.
I can get all these in here?
You got to get them all. They can't go up over the top.
Okay.
So here they go. You're putting in here, like I said, we've got prayer, worship, family, spending time with your wife and your kids. That's a priority.
Gotta do that.
How about your own health? Making sure you don't just keep eating Doritos and all that stuff and Twinkies. So here you're trying to fit it in here. Aaron, I think we're starting to have some problems. You're already picking up over the top there a little bit. Ain't even got them all in yet.
It's kind of how life feels sometimes.
It's not working. Yeah, I think your prayer life's not going to quite fit in there.
Kind of propping things up here a little bit.
Come on, Aaron. You gotta get it all done, man.
I'm a little bit over the top here.
Well, Aaron, here we are. We don't have time to organize now. We don't have time to. Oh. Yeah. It's like your future's falling out of the top there. Yeah, I don't know, like a lot of ministries that I meet, this is what I see. Here we are, we've got all the little stuff, all the problems, everybody's, questions and needs and short-term problems. Some of them may have some importance. But here we go, we get to the things that really matter, the things that are going to build our future in terms of ministry, leadership, and there's no room for it. We can't do it. And so we do our priorities last. We've put them on top of the issues that really matter. But how about we try a different way?
Yeah, can I try a different way? I think we could try it. If we did it, maybe put the rocks in first.
Put the rocks in first. Let's try that out.
Put the priorities in. Maybe my prayer life will get a little better.
Planning, stewardship, like I said, family, your own health. How about developing, strategic relationships with people? Mm-hmm. How about, focusing on developing leaders? That's a priority. That's certainly not going to be yelling at you. How we doing? Is it working all right now?
I'm getting all the rocks in for sure. Let's see. I think I got it.
But how you get? But okay, we got all the priorities. But what about all these other problems and issues and phone calls and?
Let's see if we can get it to fit around the rocks, since we got them first. We can get a lot of the sand in still. Might even have time to update Facebook every once in a while. Look at that.
Yeah. So as we're looking at this, obviously the issue is this. One of the problems I see with leaders is we're not placing our priorities first. We're not building our ministries around key strategies and key purposes. If you would focus on planning, on leadership, stewardship, health, focus on your family. I mean, I hate to say this, but if you don't prioritize your family, no one else is going to. They're going to keep asking you, I know you need to spend time with your wife, but you don't understand, I could really stand to meet with you now. No, you decide what the priorities are going to be. You do them first, and then it's amazing how much of the small stuff fits in around that. In fact, in some cases, I would dare say this, there's a whole lot of this sand that ought to be left in the bucket.
Yeah,
it's not just an issue of what we're doing, it's what we're not doing. We're going to stop doing some things that distract us. But one of the major issues I see with ministries is we don't take the time to focus on the core, the things that really matter. Focus on developing core values, developing structures for our ministry, developing organizational plan, developing a future that no one else is going to do for you. No one, and as long as we keep answering the silly phone calls, having the silly counseling sessions, as long as we keep opening up the junk mail, we have the asinine conversation around coffee. That we do all of that. That's all sand, and we're not going to get where we need to go. When we do all that first, there's not room for our priorities. Wow. But when we do our priorities first, there's room for everything else. So I want to challenge all of you out here as leaders and all, grab hold of this model and to see it. It'll work for you. Do the core first. Do what's important first. Everything else will fall in behind that.